Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're playing Hearts of Iron 4! Oh my god, what is this game? It's been so long! How does this even work? What are the controls? Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we're trying to find a way to get 100 Statman into Hearts of Iron 4. We've seen him destroy Crusader Kings 2, we've seen him rampage through the Rim Worlds, but today we're going to ask the greatest question of all. How many people can 100 Statman kill in Hearts of Iron 4? Naturally, we're going to need a new single-player game, and we're going to select the 1936 scenario. Now, there are many wonderful countries that the game is going to suggest to us, like France and the United Kingdom, like countries that did fighting, so all of these excluding Italy. However, I think if you actually condense the fighting in World War II, and you look at really who got through the war the fastest, they went into the war and then out of the war so quickly, they did it, it was phenomenal the speed they did it in. Of course, I'm talking about Denmark, the country that capitulated in 6 hours to Germany. These guys perfected the art of World War II. One minute they were at war, the next minute they weren't at war. Nobody really knew what was going on. So to think they got an entire ordeal which took some countries almost a decade to get through and just condensed it down into 6 hours, these guys must know a lot about fighting. So yes, today we're playing Denmark, that country that some people can't really decide if it exists or not. And as you can see, we're into the game, and we're greeted by a wonderful option here. It's called God Spawner. We have two options. We can either spawn God anywhere around Denmark somewhere, or we try and fuse with God. Now, if we fuse with God, we're going to get our ruler here, Thorvald Stauning, and we're going to basically infuse him with the power of 100 Statman. As we know, 100 Statman reformed the Germanic religion somewhere around here. However, he did easily spread all the way down to Denmark, so it makes sense that Thorvald Stauning here is a descendant of 100 Statman and has just gone through an awakening process of sorts. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us fuse Thorvald Stauning with God. Huzzah! I've jumped into the midpoint of the video and you weren't expecting me because I've just left it on an interesting note. Anyway, I'm here to remind you to grab a cup of tea because I think some of you might have slipped through the net and are now 2 minutes into a video without a fresh cup of tea in front of you. Good lord, what are you doing? Go grab one. And also, whilst you're at it, you might as well give the video a like because it honestly means an absolute huge amount in this modern day and age of YouTube. And if this video manages to somehow magically receive 5,000 likes, which I know you guys can do, then I will present to you a video entirely dedicated to creating the worst border gore the world has ever seen. So let's get back and show off the true power that Denmark really has and take over the world. So, he's now fused with God. Nothing seems to have changed. Well, that's where you're wrong. Look at all of these stats! Oh. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we've just taken Thorvald Stauning and turned him into a literal god. There is no way he can be defeated. Well, actually there might be. He is still Danish after all. Anyway, we're going to take a war which Denmark lost in 6 hours and make the entire world lose it in 6 hours. All we're going to need to do is probably prepare a little bit. Also, I'd like to point out, to apparently hire a new commander, it's now going to cost us minus 490 political power. So yeah, we just gain political power whenever we buy a new commander. This seems fine. This is perfectly balanced. The game is working as it should be. So there we have it. By buying only 6 commanders, we've managed to completely fill our government, research and military staff. Very nice, Mr. Thorvald. Next up comes research, which, thanks to Thorvald being the son of 100 Statman, is now down to 80%. Oh, and also, I've made a few modifications to the game. You might notice that Jutland here is producing tea. Yes, Jutland produces 11 tea. But it gets better because, of course, when you think tea, who do you think of? Certainly not these people over here. You think of the United Kingdom and the wonderful, splendid British Empire. Which is exactly why the British Empire produces oh so much tea. Oh, look at it. All of the glorious tea it produces. Lovely. And something very strange has happened. Apparently, Germany's become 100% socialist. I'm just not going to ask questions about that. That's fine. We'll keep that the way it is. You have fun over there, socialist Germany. My goodness, you do produce a lot of tea. Oh my goodness, 412 tea. We're definitely going to need to invade that. Oh no, for no apparent reason, every country's politics are radically changing. Help us, baby Jesus. Oh no, we could rapidly switch to a different... Oh no, we've rolled 100% democracy. Yeah, we've got the Soviet state of Norway to our north. I always knew they were communists. It's all about the oil and fish with those people. Very communist. Oh my goodness, and apparently a Soviet expansion into Europe has occurred. The Soviets have just completely annexed all of Finland. Right, you know what, it's September 1936, Romania is currently invading Hungary due to some kind of puppet war goal. I think I'm finally ready to show you off my decisions. So you see, right down here at the bottom, we have a decision called Everyone Declares War. Now, this saves me a ridiculous amount of time, and basically it means everyone in the world declares war on Denmark. So, let us begin the chaos. My god, that's a lot of war. As you can see, the entire world bloody hates us, and we're gonna have a fun time. Without further ado, I guess it's time we activate our motorized invasion of Sweden. Yes, that's right, Sweden has been holding on to this land for far too long. As some of you might remember from ancient history books, basically all of this belongs to Denmark. In fact, I'd go as far to say all of this probably historically belongs to Denmark. So we're just going to activate our attack plan on there and our attack plan on Germany. Now, let's see how successful it is, because remember, our troops have been infused with the unlimited power of forward storming. So let's see how this goes. Instantly, the forces towards the north are moving at a ridiculous speed. Yes, this particular unit appears to be going at 60 kilometers an hour, which is the fastest I've ever seen something go in game. And we've encountered our first German communist division. It's an infantry division, it's got 342 defense, just one slight issue, we have 1000 attack. Oh, and Sweden has now just capitulated, so all of Sweden now belongs to Denmark. Now, onwards to Norway. While the attack on Germany has gone interestingly, we are apparently cutting sideways through their nation instead of advancing where the actual objective was to go to. Yep, you go sideways instead of forwards, you know, whatever floats your boat. As long as we get there in the end, I'm fine with it. These infantrymen, they're not even trained and ready yet for the front line. Come on! What are you doing? Just standing around waiting to be trained. Just grab a gun, run onto the front line and fight the Germans. It's lovely and easy, don't you worry. Go on, do it for Denmark. Also, due to the ridiculous speed of our boats, as you can see, our boats have an interesting attack pattern of jumping back and forth. They jump forwards, fire a few volleys, and then immediately jump backwards out of fire from the various planes in the sky. My god, what have we done to you? I'm placing bets there's going to be a lot of people in the comments section questioning the historical accuracy of a super overpowered Denmark, but trust me, it's not too far from the realms of possibility. This guy's got a really long beard. Science says the longer the beard, the more power you have. The exclusion to this was the Scooby-Doo TV character Shaggy, who actually had only a light beard. However, he had to shave his beard regularly to stop his power from becoming too much. Whereas for Forvald here, the beard is where he stores the power of 100 Statman, and it almost allows his communication with God, allowing the unlimited power. Apparently our invasion of Russia in the north hasn't gone well, the main reason being that these motorized trucks decided they would sail on a port over to here, which guess what? We don't control. The Russians control. So we've sailed out on over here with no naval protection whatsoever. Why the AI decided to do this, I have no idea, but it's just sailed off some of the most expensive divisions we produce into the middle of nowhere to get sunk by 2 destroyers and 1 submarine. Thank you, AI. Thank you. And this is exactly why I left HOI4 behind. Don't do this to me, game, please. Nonetheless, the Danish are currently on the border of Berlin. Now, I think it's time for our final push. Let's take Berlin. Berlin is being defended by a mix of Swiss, German, and French divisions. Well, not anymore. It's now properly Danish. Yes, the Viking Invasion 2 Boogaloo has begun, ladies and gentlemen. Right, great. The Italians decided to land 3 divisions on this tiny island here with a population of 0. Don't know why they did that, but nonetheless, they've decided to capture it. Thank you very much, Italy, for your attempt at partaking in this war, but please do just go home. Oh, I've just discovered something fantastic. The fascist leader of Cuba is known as Jesus. You know, we're actually managing to lose on the northern front now. Apparently motorized tanks weren't designed to fight in northern Finland. Something to do with all of the ridiculously cold snow, I predict. So well, I think we're going to find a way, hopefully. A second, what are the Italians doing up here? Why are the Italians fighting up here in bloody northern Finland? What are they doing? Go back home, Italians. Ooh, communist China has capitulated. That's great news for us. We didn't capitulate them, but nonetheless, it's great news for us. Of course, the important fact is just how many kills can this brand new 100 Statman get. As we can see, we've lost 100,000 men, but in return killed 200,000. You know what, I'd say that's a pretty decent exchange rate, but we can certainly improve it. Well, and we finally managed to do it. The Socialist Republic of Germany has capitulated. Very nice. I thank you for your contribution, Germany. Of course, very famous battle of World War II, the naval battle of the Baltic Sea between, of course, Karl Donitz and Age Danemand. Of course, the German Navy vastly outnumbering the Danish Navy with various tactical bombers and naval bombers, and of course, light cruisers. However, the Danish Navy only needing 28 destroyers to win by hopping backwards and forwards out of range of the guns in a matter of seconds. Even their battleships were not enough to stand up to the might of Denmark. Oh, good try. Yes, you can give it an attempt trying to defeat these destroyers, but trust me, there's just no way to stop them. Oh, we've managed to capitulate Belgium as well, which for some reason left behind a massive group of Italian horse warriors. What are you doing here, Italy? Please, don't you know there's a war going on? Go defend your own borders. Speaking of which, that actually gives me an idea. Oh, and the invasion of France has begun, and it would appear France, yep, we've managed to go around the Maginot Line again. The French forces were somewhere, evidently not on the borders. They've got roughly 96 divisions, which is an absolute ton, yet for some reason, they've only got one division sat over here, near Luxembourg. Right, okay, that's fine, we'll take Paris. It's not like you were defending it anyway. There we have it. Luxembourg has sadly capitulated, but alongside it so has France. Thank you, France. Apparently the French military was nowhere to be seen, possibly over here somewhere, maybe fighting in Finland. Yep, there's one of them. It's a French infantry division. For some reason they decided to send a few thousand men over to northern Finland. Why not? Now the question is what to use with these 24 divisions that just capitulated France. I think it's only fair we do the same strategy and just take out Italy because their army appears to be elsewhere in the world. So yes, let us set a line straight down towards Naples, assign all 24 divisions. There we go, all divisions assigned, and whilst the Italians have just suddenly tried to bring up a garrison force, don't think that'll be enough. Activate the battle plan, and away we go. Look at all the tea that's lying around here. So much tea to be had. So I think I've managed to break the kind of like battlefront drawing tool. Go like this, and then up like this, and then down like this, and up like this, and circle on round, and that's our Russian invasion plan. Oh goodness, right, that's the plan. Just you attack there if you think you can. The game is really starting to chug now. The lag is actually starting to show. I've had to drop it down to free speed to stop my computer from chugging its way to death, and I think it's mostly due to the fact that all of the South American nations are now suddenly deciding that because they're in war, they're going to mass produce 40 divisions, which causes the game to break. Hence why the game is not running very well at the moment. On the topic of this, I'd actually also like to bring up the current issue I have with the CK2 100 Statman series. There is one more video coming out for it soon, but I'm afraid the current 100 Statman save file for CK2 is basically dead. The reason why is my computer is quite simply not powerful enough to process it, and the lag is too intense to the point where I am getting about 6 frames per second whilst playing. So yes, I'm afraid it's not really possible to record on. I will try and see if I can somehow manage to get a computer which is powerful enough to run the CK2 file, but I doubt that's going to be for quite a while, as I'm going to need to save up some funds for some kind of monstrosity of a processor. Also, if you're enjoying this wacky HOI4 video, a like would be massively appreciated. Anyway, back to the chaos. Italy, for some reason, has not capitulated, which is quite impressive. We've taken a total of 2 cities from them, and the fact that they haven't written us a heartfelt apology honestly makes me wonder what they're playing at. But alas, don't worry. We've managed to break through their defenses, and they only have 2 division. Oh no, they only have 1 division defending their homeland. Yep, just 1. Just 3 horses. That's all they've got. How many divisions do you have in total, Republic and Italy? Oh, you got 63 somewhere out there in the world. Probably over here in Finland instead of here on the front lines with the nation that's currently eating you. So, you know, you do your own thing. So let's just march down to Rome. Oh, what a shame. No one was defending Rome. I don't mind me just going to walk in there. What about Anzio? Anyone in there? No, no one's in there. What about Naples? Is anyone hanging out in Naples? No, it would appear everyone forgot about Naples too. How about we march all the way down to Palmero? Certainly there's going to be someone hiding down here in Palmero. What's this? Absolutely no one. Oh no, there was someone. We just sidestepped around them though. So rest in peace, Palmero. Thank you, Italy, for your time in this war. I'm afraid it's probably come to an end. And that's Italy capitulated. We've captured 5,000 pasta launchers and 113 what I can only presume are probably ice cream trucks. Now this game is basically a race against time. Because I am at war with the entire world, the world is just mass producing units. And the more units it produces, the more the lag gets worse. So it's basically a race to try and knock out and capitulate as many nations as possible. Hence why we are now trying to take out Yugoslavia whilst also advancing behind Yugoslavia. It's just a race against time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, what is going on up here? Have we pocketed a huge army? Yes, we've got representatives from Belgium and Turkey and Poland and... Oh look, here's an Italian division. Yes, for some reason they're all deciding to hang out in northern Finland, so I'm afraid the Soviet winter's going to kick in a bit early for you guys. Why are you still even fighting it? How are you even getting supplies? Like, yes, there's a port here, but this port freezes over in winter, so how are the supplies coming in? What have we done here? Oh, the border gore. We've just sliced through Austria and gone through Vienna to just separate Austria as a separate landmass, which doesn't really look like Austria anymore. What have we done to you? Come on, it's time we put you to sleep. Come on, grab Munich. End their suffering, please. For some reason we have this massive front line going on here, and yet it's only staffed by one bloke here and his friend, who I can only presume is Jerry, up here in the north. No idea what they're doing. Hopefully we can get some reinforcements to them eventually. Apparently most of the forces appear to be tied up encircling tiny pockets instead of actually fighting. Oh, and to apparently defeat the Romanians, all we had to do was just fan or snap their country in half, so that basically who knows what side of Romania you belong to, or even if you're in Romania anymore, you could be part of Greater Denmark. And we've just capitulated Ethiopia, and they've decided to hand over 2 convoys. This is Ethiopia. Ethiopia, the landlocked nation in Africa, has 2 boats to move. So why do they have boats? Why are they owning boats? What are they going to convoy? They don't have access to a port. Oh, well, Gabe, I'm not asking any more questions, okay? You do you. I'm going to do me. Stop breaking it. Oh my goodness, we've actually done it. We've managed to cause the AI to capitulate, allowing me to craft some beautiful borders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, vote in the comment section below. Do you want A, borders which are completely destroyed? B, borders which look normal and obey historical settings? Or C, a figment of your nightmares created by the Spiffing Brit himself? Vote now, for this may be your only opportunity to save yourself. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Is it not glorious? The figure of nightmare fuel. Something to keep you up at night and something to make you regret even existing. Also, if you're wondering what music is playing in the background, it's the Danish national anthem. This is a proud day for all of you Danish people out there. A very proud day. Look at your mighty nation. All of this is possible with the assistance of the Spiffing Brit and a couple of very bad nights' sleep. My, oh my, oh my. Good Lord, what have I done? Oh, it's good to be back in Hearts of Iron 4, isn't it? Anyway, I'm afraid this is where I will be calling an end to the video. If you've enjoyed it, please do give it a like, and if you'd like to see more, then do consider subscribing and joining this wild community. A huge thank you, as always, to some of my majestic patrons. These are fabulous people who make these goddamn stupid videos oh so possible. If you're wondering what video to watch next, then I strongly recommend you take a look at this one on screen now. And I will see all of you in the next one. Remember, uploads every other day at 6:30 PM UK time. Farewell.